Chris, and I'm the co-host of Inside the Recording Studio podcast. As guitar players, we are often very traditional in our approach to tone. But in this video, I'd like to show an example of how you can use some multi-effects to create a lot more interesting parts out of something that originally pretty pedestrian. For this demonstration, I'm using a song called Cry by Sonic Scandal. And to start us off, let's just take a listen to the chorus and so we see what we're working with. So what we're going to focus on is this really rhythmic guitar part. And if I solo that first, it sounds like this. So let's take a look at how I approach that. Now, the original part is actually really straightforward. So let's just take a listen to that first. Super exciting, right? No, it isn't. But what I did was, originally this was actually done with a plugin called Camel Space by Camel Audio. Now, Camel Audio has since been absorbed by Apple and is now part of the Logic bundle with a plugin called Step Effects, which actually opens the old presets. So I was very lucky at that. But let's take a look at how I did this. Now, I should also say that this is not necessarily a tutorial on how to use step effects in Logic here, but just to give you an idea of what you can do, whatever plugins you might be doing. So the first thing that we're going to take a listen to is just the gating that is happening here. We have it set to 16th notes, and it has this pulse here. It's got some tied notes here, and that, without the other effects, sounds like this. So we have this one bar pulse that kind of repeats. Now, to add a little extra movement to this, there is also a filter section that is moving a little bit. We're using a notch filter to kind of get this really pokey, kind of mid-rangey thing. And I wanted to add a little bit of movement to that. Not super fast, but it's doing a quarter note thing here, and it's going to open up and kind of close back up. So let's take a listen to that. So again, that adds a little bit of extra movement and interest to the part. And finally, same thing with some panning automation. I didn't want this guitar to be just straight down the middle, and I just decided to automate this in the same plugin window. So it's going to start off, and this is not, again, it is a rhythmic pan, but this is not necessarily, I actually used a dotted eighth because I didn't want it to be super timed along with in a very obvious way. So now adding the panning, we're dealing with a part that sounds like this. Let's take a listen to that again in context and see where we ended up. So I think we'd all agree that that's at least a little bit cooler than just the ringing chords hanging on there on the downbeats. There you go. Hopefully you found some inspiration in that. As always, thanks for watching and have an awesome day.